Hey guys, this is Indulge Reviews with our first video ever for our account and our website, which has been opened up now for about a week and a half. I'm happy to be here to bring you our first video, and it's going to be a demonstration of Google Glass on Android. Right now I have a Nexus 7. I do apologize, it's dark around the screen, but that's just so you guys could get a better view of the menu and Google Glass overview instead of my device, which we've all seen. Anyways, essentially what you're seeing now is a menu screen, and we were lucky enough to have a developer out there who modded, well, not really modified an APK of the Google Glass so that it can be used on any Android device. A lot of the capabilities have been stripped down, but it really doesn't take away from the general idea, and it's pretty cool. I'm assuming if you've got $1,500 in your pocket and you're quote-unquote an explorer, then trying out the real device would be much better and probably more beneficial than saying a couple words to your Android device, which you can type in 5 seconds. But nonetheless, it's kind of a little demonstration of what Google Glass really will do. Right now you're looking at the menu screen, and you'll see it just displays the time, and then that you see in quotes there, if I repeat that, it's basically starting the menu, and that's how you would speak to the device. So I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, Glass. And as you see, it brings up its menu up in the top left, and I'm assuming that is what you would see in that little piece on your right eye or left eye, depending on what they do. And it would display that menu right there and give you your options. As you can see, those bottom three are, I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, they're kind of faded out. Well, hey, you're getting the real thing. There you go. It does have some force closing and crash issues, but it hasn't done anything to the device. But do make sure that you install at your own risk. So I'll open that back up. Okay, Glass. Back to what I was saying. Those are kind of lighter because you can't access those, or you can. And for example, they thought I was saying something, which I wasn't, and I'm just going to keep talking and show you how good its voice recognition actually is before I have to go back to the device and get to what I was saying. It's pretty cool, actually. It's picking up a lot that I'm saying. See, okay, there we go. Went to Google Navigation. Now, obviously, I'm going to assume that when you have the device on your eye, you're not going to be explaining things as you do it. So you probably won't have these problems, and it's going to actually be the official software release, so you won't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go back to this. Okay, Glass. So I'm just going to actually show you some of the real things that you can actually do on your Android device. Take a picture. And as you'll see here, the problem is it's pretty dark, and you can kind of see my setup that I have so that I can show you guys the device. But there it takes a picture, which is really cool because I've got a front-facing camera, but if you've got a rear-facing camera on your Android device, or honestly if you're looking at something, it's going to be able to take that picture, which is really, really cool because you can just look at things and tell it. You know what I mean? Which is very, nobody's ever done that before, really. And if you're just looking at things and you think, oh man, I really wish I had a picture of that, it would be great. Okay, Glass, go back into the menu here, and what's really cool is I could do a video as well, but I'm not going to because it seems to have problems with the Nexus 7. What's really cool is I can do the fourth option down, get directions to Apple Store. Kind of ironic that I chose Apple Store, I know, considering I'm on a Google Nexus 7 device and we're talking about Google Glass, which is a Google branded product, but nonetheless it was the first thing that came to mind. And you see there it gives me these options, and earlier I did this and it gave me this sort of disclaimer saying, if you are doing this, make sure that you keep your eyes on the road, which I thought was very cool. It probably does that in most GPSs, but just the fact that it's saying don't view the map on your eye, it's saying view the road, which was pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and go back here. Okay, Glass. And obviously one of the coolest features is you can basically just search anything. Google Wikipedia. And there you go. And it basically gives you an overview of what it is. And I think that's, it's very quick and it's very simple and you don't have to worry about anything. And the Nexus 7, and I believe a lot of Android devices already have this search feature where you can sort of just pull up the bottom menu and say, okay, search this, which is, and it basically does the same thing, and you've got a lot of things you can click on. But I'm sure with Google Glass, it'll be very nice to look at things just like you would want to take a picture. You can look at products, from technology products to furniture, and you can just say a brand or something and it'll pull it up, and who knows, maybe the official release will have pictures and whatnot and prices and comparisons, and it'll just be very extensive. At least I'm hoping so, for the deep pockets that that are necessary to get the Google Glass. So there you go. That's kind of an overview of what it does. I think it's very cool to have it on the Nexus 7 or any Android device for that matter. And I think it's definitely worth checking out. So, if you get a chance, check out the links that I have in the post. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and check out our website and you'll be able to find the post. You go to those links to download the APKs. You can Google how to install the APKs. It's really not hard at all. You can basically just find an APK installer on the Play Store, which is really nice, and all you have to do is drag and drop and then select it once you're back on your Nexus 7, and it's really cool. There's tons of other tutorials out there on how to install the APK, so it shouldn't be too hard. And we'll go ahead and go back to Glass Home one more time so you can get a look at it. So basically that's what it's going to look like when it's up in your eye there when you're walking around. So I'm pretty excited to see what it looks like when it's a finished product and no longer a beta. Hope you enjoy the video. Be sure to subscribe, and subscribe to our RSS feed and our email newsletter on indulgereviews.com, where we bring you technology reviews and news every single day. Hope you enjoyed, guys. See you next time.